Let's check on another stock, Apple. Samsung won a significant and unexpected legal victory against Apple late yesterday that threatens to halt the sale of some iPhones and iPads in the U.S. Dow Jones editor George Stahl joins us. George?
How are you?
Now, is this much ado about nothing?
No, there's some significance here.
Okay.
Now, whether or not
what happened? Tell us what happened.
Sure. Taking a step back, the ITC, the International Trade Commission, ruled yesterday that
this is a U.S. body,
right? But it does have jurisdiction over interpreting international trade law. Mm-hmm. And what they ruled yesterday was that a Apple patent violated
Apple devices violated a Samsung patent.
And so as a result, it could lead to a ban of Apple iPhones and iPads, specifically the iPhone 4 that
we have a list that we want to show for people that
Sure.
that has the affected devices. And these are older devices.
Most of them are older, right?
iPhone 3GS. iPhone 4 is still on the market.
Yes.
In the U.S., it's cheap. You can get it for 99 cents at AT&T with a 2-year contract. Also, off-the-run iPads, if you will. They still sell some of them cheaper, but
right.
it's not the current generation iPad. But keep going.
So as a result of this patent violation, these products could face a ban in the U.S., an import ban, meaning you wouldn't be able to get them. Having said that, Apple's likely to appeal this decision, which will then set it up for another court case, and there is a chance that President Obama could veto the decision, although that's unlikely given that it hasn't happened in
since
decades.
The Carter administration.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to note that just yesterday, President Obama did propose changes, a lot of reforms to patent rules, and
right.
one of them, I think it was a legislative proposal that he put forward, correct me if I'm wrong, would make it, I think, more difficult. He wants Congress to make it more difficult for the ITC to do just this, which is to impose an import ban
exactly.
on products.
Companies have used the ITC.
So he's not a fan of these kinds of things.
Right, because the ITC tends to process cases a little bit faster than the federal court system does, which makes it more attractive. And because the ITC's got this import ban sledgehammer that it can wield, companies like to use that to try to get their opponents to either come to a resolution or to impose a hardship.
I mean,
on them.
to get leverage, really, right? Because at the end of the day, this isn't heading for import bans in lots of different countries. Really, what we're looking for eventually, right, is all these guys are going to get into a room and they're going to hash out cross-licensing agreements, figure out who's going to pay who. And right now, they're basically jockeying for leverage, correct?
Right. This is just one case in a series of worldwide cases between Apple and Samsung. And right now, both sides are scoring points so that eventually they will get the wins of where the legal system is going with this, and that's all going to lead to hopefully a resolution at some point. Unfortunately, though, what's happening is Apple started strongly in getting some early wins. Now Samsung, including the decision yesterday, is coming back with some momentum. So
this is a particularly interesting one because
it was on the U.S.
It's something called standard essential patents, which is going to confuse people at home. But basically, in the past, the bodies have said that if you're a company like Samsung and you have a patent that has been built into industry standards, so everybody's built on it, you kind of have to use this patent. You can't really use that as leverage to ban someone else's product because they adopted your standard.
And that was Apple's argument.
Apple's argument
was they were trying to charge too much for something that is considered universal to phones. And the court yesterday said that argument was invalid.
So in this case, it works. And we only have 15 seconds. Does this have an impact on Apple sales?
Not likely. But it could have an impact on the final resolution of this dispute between Apple and Samsung down the road.
Okay. George Stahl, thanks so much.
Thank you.